What up, gang? All right. It's JP the Outlaw here to give you the review for SmackDown Live, February 28, 2017. So, before I start the review off, I want to say SmackDown is literally kicking the ass of fucking Raw just based off of their storytelling. And what they're giving you here is scenarios. Now, again, I knew going into certain situations before WrestleMania, how it was going to pan out. And you start to see how everything is forming within this show alone. So, let's go over it. Let's go over this shit right here. Let's do this shit. So, listen. They open the show up with AJ Styles. And, you got AJ Styles, fucking Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan, okay? They're reviewing the fucking tape. Shane McMahon comes out, AJ Styles comes out and was like, it's cool if you just want to go ahead and let me go to WrestleMania. It's obvious that Luke Harper feet hit the floor first. And Shane's like, no, man, you got to earn that shit. And, fucking Daniel Bryan's like, well, he's all right. He's actually a decent wrestler. He can do it. AJ Styles fucking goes off and he's like, so you want me to fight fucking Luke Harper? The hair that clogs the zinc drain? I bust out in tears. The funniest shit I've ever fucking heard, because then Luke Harper walks up and his hair looks like it could really fuck up your drain. Like it could clog up your whole shit. You got to get a plumber in there and get all that hair shit out of there. So it was funny to me. It was right on top. It was a perfect pitch for him to walk into the room. Luke Harper, of course, walks in the room and says thank you and walks the fuck out. That's it. Nothing else to be said. They pan to the ring where you have Miz and Maryse come out. Now, again, me personally, I like The Miz. I like The Miz for what The Miz is. John Cena, in this promo that he cut, explained The Miz to a T. But The Miz explained John Cena to a T. But again, it's pretty much the same shit you've been hearing from AJ. It's the same shit you've been hearing from Stephanie about The Miz. If everybody can remember, 2015, Stephanie McMahon went on this tirade and was just cutting niggas' balls off on live TV for the authority. If anybody can remember that, Miz was one of the first guys. After she said what she said to The Miz, you barely saw the fucking Miz. So, I think that was about 15, 14. Do your research on that. So, basically, in all this back and forth, Miz cuts his mic off. Before you even have any fucking thing to say, cut his mic off, and then he can talk when I tell him to talk. I demand the audience. The Miz goes on to tell him how he's been screwing The Miz for years. Every time John Cena comes up, you instantly get a title shot. You instantly get thrown into fucking WrestleMania. And The Miz at this point is just trying to figure out why. Why do the people like you? What do they like? They like some white guy trying to be black. Is that what it is? Is that your baggy jeans, your low pants, your colorful ass shirts? Is that what the fuck it is? And again, The Miz, to a certain extent, as more was said. I advise everybody to go see this clip. I'll probably leave you a link somewhere in the description. If not, just go to my YouTube channel and check out my recent shows. And it should have the highlights. I always put the highlights up there because I always watch the highlights. Check out my recent watch films and you'll see the highlights right there. Okay? But check this shit out. So, the fucking John Cena cuts his promo, which was way better than The Miz, explaining why The Miz is such an asshole, which is basically, he just ripped off of everybody that was hot. Ric Flair, fucking Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan. Stole his whole gimmick, Daniel Bryan's whole gimmick, and he's been running with it ever since. And I think that's a taunt to Daniel Bryan to get him to come back in the ring. Vince could probably got him doing that shit. You never know. WWE is funny like that. So, after all the promo, motherfucking Maryse comes out, slaps fucking John Cena, because John Cena was getting ready to leave. You disrespected my husband, so I'm going to slap you. Then Nikki Bella came out, defended her man as she's supposed to, because you'd be a rotten bitch if you let another bitch slap your nigga. That's just is what it is. I wouldn't let another nigga put his hands on my woman. Fuck that. You dig me? So, again, stand by your fucking family. That's the message in this episode. But anyway, they move off of that. They announced that Becky Lynch will be going up against fucking Mickie James in a 2 out of 3 falls. I love the old school matches. The 2 out of 3 falls shit was like the 90s premiere match. That was like fucking the early 90s rather. Premiere match. It was like you're in between the Iron Man match and a last man standing match. That match right there used to go lengths of time. Okay, it's a few people that had a couple of best out of 3 falls matches, which you know me. Once I get to talking about it, I'll find it somewhere on YouTube and I'll give you a series about it. So don't worry about that. But yeah, I like the old school match setup. Of course, Alexa Bliss comes out and fucks it up for Becky Lynch, but or tries to fuck it up for Becky Lynch, and accidentally hits fucking Mickie James, and Becky Lynch wins the match with a disarmer. So that was a pretty good back and forth for them. It was a good match for a women's match too. No kind of condescending bullshit there. It was definitely a good fucking match. I like Mickie James and I like Becky Lynch, and I love what they do in the ring together. So Luke Harper cuts a promo backstage telling everybody how he's not afraid of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt needs to be afraid of him. Bray Wyatt gets on there, and you know, don't worry about that. I got the title. I'm going to be with my brother, Randy Orton, because, you know, he's got my back. And this is setting up for something bigger later on in the show. Just pay attention. Now, moving away from that, you get a backstage segment with Alexa Bliss. And they ask her, so, how do you feel about turning on Mickie James out there? And Alexa Bliss, in bitch form, just crazy little white bitch form, she says, well, first of all, what you need to ask me is how I feel about winning this goddamn women's title for the second fucking time and being the only fucking person to do it in history. And since you asked that, I'm ecstatic. I don't know what to do. I'm one of the best athletes of all time. Again, I like Alexa Bliss' character. She's a bitch, and she's letting everybody know that I'm not a bitch, I am the bitch. You need to pay attention to me. I love that shit. This is where they say this is what separates fucking superstars from stars. If you can, again, gravitate and catch the people's eye, that's what makes you a fucking superstar. So, I'm all with that. All the way. All the effing way, man. So that goes on to AJ Styles versus Luke Harper. Of course, AJ Styles won. There was a couple of blotch finishes there. You had Luke Harper foot come up on the rope a couple of times, but it wasn't nothing major. So, what happens from there, Shane McMahon comes out. And Shane McMahon, like, literally gets his fucking head knocked into space by Luke Harper with the super kick that he gave him. But it was a great match. Credit to Luke Harper. Let's get some type of Intercontinental title on him. You know what I mean? Who wants to see Luke Harper as the Intercontinental Champion? Leave a comment or either on my YouTube or my Facebook. Just leave a comment. Who wants to see that? If you're not watching it, watch it. Find out who Luke Harper is, and tell me this motherfucker doesn't deserve a title. Okay. Moving past that, they set up for a match for Dean Ambrose versus Curtis Axel. And, Dean Ambrose comes in the ring, hits him with a fucking, what is that? Hits him with a Dirty Deeds. And that was pretty much the end of that. I like Curtis Hawking. I don't like the way he's being booked. I know he's an enhancement talent, but to enhance talent, you have to wrestle the talent. He can't be going out there doing jobber matches and taking squashes like that. An enhancement talent is supposed to be out there and be almost as good as the talent that he's in the ring with. They used to do this back in the day with the ECW guys. They'd come out and probably do an hour and a half match. Not even an hour and a half. Let's say like 10 minutes in between there, 20, 15-minute matches. But the talent that was signed to the company always went over, and they went over big. Dean Ambrose is at a point where, okay, I don't need to go over, so this match is pointless. So I understand the ramifications of that, but you could have had him go up against a jobber, made it fast so y'all could cut the fucking promo in enough time. You dig me? Like, you literally have fucking ring music for fucking Curtis Axel, and you never fucking hear it. It's the funniest shit ever. Remember when the Curtis Axel was coming back? Axel Facts or some shit like that. Come on, man. Y'all did all that promotion for nothing? That's a waste of fucking time. Just saying. So they come up off of that. Baron Corbin cuts a promo and pretty much, tells him how he took something that was a major dream from him, and that's main event in WrestleMania. You took that away from me, so I'm on your ass now. And, Dean Ambrose, crazy ass Dean Ambrose. It is what it is. I'm in the middle of the ring. Come see me if you want some. I'm right here. And he's like, man, I'm not coming out there. I don't move so when you tell me to move. I move when I feel like I'm fucking moving. And that's just setting them up for WrestleMania, which is pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing them shove somewhere in the mid card. I think Dean Ambrose is a good talent. I think fucking Baron Corbin is like the next goddamn Undertaker if they fucking you don't even need to redo his character. You don't even need to redo his character. Booking, right. Have him go over big. And the crowd will instantly gravitate to him. Because again, he has that demeanor. No nonsense, no bullshit. I'm here to fuck shit up, and I'm out. So he definitely go over good. That segues to a backstage segment with John Cena, Nikki Bella, and fucking James Ellsworth and Carmella. Now, I don't like James Ellsworth on TV. I don't think he's worth the contract that he signed. I don't know if he's an enhancement talent. I don't know what the fuck he is. But I don't know why they signed James Ellsworth to a contract. And then, furthermore, I don't know why that, again, you have John Cena go up against fucking James Ellsworth and fucking Carmella. John Cena and Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella and Carmella got somewhat of a history, so it kind of makes sense on their behalf. But other than that, no. Waste of time. But that match that happened next week after this promo, it was words back and forth, nothing major. Nobody got hit, nobody got slapped, so it's alright. Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler in a steel chair match, which is just fucking ridiculous. But they had a steel chair match. They was running around, pretty much hitting each other. Dolph Ziggler obviously gets the upper hand because fucking Apollo Crews is a jobber, and that's what the fuck they hired him for. There's no other reason other than why is he still even getting match opportunities. I think maybe 3-4 weeks ago he was fucking fighting for the Intercontinental title on one of the SmackDowns. And the first thing I said is, okay, he hasn't even won a match and he's getting a title shot. I instantly know that he is going to lose instantly. Fucking, after Dolph Ziggler beats the match, he says, I beat losers like you my whole life. Like, it's nothing, just another person in the way. Like, he yells at him. No mic, no nothing. I heard it clearly. Bray Wyatt gets in the middle of the ring, which is kind of closing out the show. Bray Wyatt gets in the middle of the ring, start talking shit. And, he's like, I got Randy Orton rate